you've obviously wrestled at a high level, and so you're used to that pressure. And obviously used to the pressure of the big lights being in WWE. Now, when you get into MMA, obviously you know that it's a whole other ball game. We talk about getting punched in the face. Who do you bring in to spar with you, and how much hard sparring do you get in a fight camp to get prepared for this first fight?
I was very lucky when I look back at my camp in the last year and a half of how my training partners have progressed. You know, there's levels to this. So not only do you have to be in a certain level of shape to get better, to gain that technique and that experience, you also you need your training partners to progress with you. So I started with some training partners that were better than me, but you know, not quite, not the best, but it was at the time is exactly what I needed. And then throughout the year and a half, we slowly progressed to more and more professional fighters. There's a couple guys in Tampa right now that are about to turn professional. They're 6'7" and they're way better boxers than me. And so we would focus on that, like put me where I can only box. I can't use my wrestling at all, and then go in there and like pretty much tie one hand behind my back and force me to learn it. The biggest thing is just be honest with yourself. Like, be honest. Like, are you progressing? Do you need to work on this? Are you okay with this? Do you need to get better at it? Okay, we need to get better at it, so let's like work on it. Let's address that instead of like trying to brush it under the rug and say, nah, we'll be all right.
And did you get a chance to refine some jiu-jitsu skills and some Muay Thai skills as well? I mean, I know that a high-level wrestler like you is going to take to jiu-jitsu pretty quickly.
Yeah, my jiu-jitsu coach is Joey Best out of Ybor City Jiu-Jitsu. He's running around here somewhere. And it's interesting.
So you're based out of Tampa most of the time.
Yep. Tampa and Cincinnati pretty much. But most of the time, it was kind of surprising. Like I thought jiu-jitsu, I was like, oh, I'm just going to wrestle. Well, there's certain places where you can wrestle, and then there's certain places where you have to use jiu-jitsu. Sure. And it would get me in trouble when I would try to wrestle in those places. So like anything, it's a learning curve, but I really feel like it's become one of my strengths, and definitely part of my game plan. I want to get the guy down and control him using my wrestling and my jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that sounds like a good game plan to me. Jack Swagger, Jake Hager, everybody. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it.